So as an artist, and I put that in air quotes, as an artist, I put something out into the world. I have a feeling about this thing. And when the way you react is a different feeling than what I thought, it makes me rethink how I want to shape what it is I'm saying. I'm an emotional writer. I can't write when I'm not angry or if I'm not feeling joyful. And I need to write from an emotional place because the writing is much better. Oftentimes, if I'm writing in the just cool and calm, collected space, the writing is really robotic and really dry and not interesting. So oftentimes, the prompts for me to write come from somebody asking me a question, which then forces me to answer it very succinctly. And then every once in a while, my answer feels pretty good. And I think, I'm going to copy paste this response to somebody in their DM, and I'm going to paste it into Twitter and see how Twitter responds to it. And then depending on how they respond to that, and if it's got a lot of energy behind it, good and bad, I will refine what it is that I'm saying. And then I'll make an Instagram carousel out of that. And then I'll attach it to a story. Now, here's typically how I do this. This is like getting into the weeds on how I do this stuff. I create the carousel, and the carousels cannot have too much type in it because it's boring for people to read a lot of text. But then by the next morning when I'm ready to post it, typically I post around 7 a.m., like right when I wake up. And then I've forgotten about what the carousel is about. And I have to write a caption. So I quickly scan the carousel, and then I write a story about the carousel. So there's overlapping information, but there's added detail, and I'm able to write really kind of just with a clear mind because it's first thing in the morning, and that winds up being the caption. And so my rationale is if you looked at the carousel and you're really curious about the story behind the carousel, then you'll read the caption. And then therefore, I already have your permission to tell you a longer story, right? So I don't feel like I'm taking too much of your time. I'm respectful of your time. What's real interesting is then people respond. And Mo, who's moderating for us today, he'll often say like, man, the comments on your posts are just fire. And what's happened is that over time, people have come to recognize that I'm there for the dialogue with you. I'm not just there to like get your thumbs up and like, cool, bro, neat post, rad. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for the conversation. So I read their comments, I respond to them, all of them, for the first half hour or so. And then that starts to shape something in me. As an artist, and I put that in air quotes, as an artist, I put something out into the world. I have a feeling about this thing. And when the way you react is a different feeling than what I thought, it makes me rethink how I want to shape what it is I'm saying. So I use all of that feedback, and I use it to then create a different post on LinkedIn. Same content, but it's going to be framed differently. Because I've learned, right? So it's an opportunity to learn. Again, I don't want to just literally copy and paste it. And sometimes I do because I'm lazy or there's just not enough time. But oftentimes I want to react to that, to a conversation. And it's important for you to have a dialogue.
Hi, my name is Greg Gunn, and I'm the producer of the Futur podcast. And yes, we do have a podcast. In fact, we've been having one for years, and that's exactly why I'm here talking with you. You see, it's really good, and I think you should listen to it. If you like what we do here on YouTube, then you're gonna love what we do on the podcast. You'll get to hear intimate conversations and personal stories from some familiar faces and others you might not know about yet. Plus, you can listen to it while doing something else, and you won't miss a thing. So, if any of that sounds interesting to you, go visit thefutur.com/podcast or find it on your favorite podcast listening app. I hope to see you there.